Hi, friends, and a most pleasant good evening to you wherever you may be. Welcome inside Gold Arena on the campus of the University of Delaware. The Blue Hens men's Division III team taking on the SUNY Farmingdale Rams in this ACHA Men's Division III Empire Collegiate Hockey Conference regular season matchup, and a hotly anticipated one it is, with Farmingdale currently second in the Empire table and Delaware third in the table. The Blue Hens later this week playing Fordham, who currently sit number one in the Empire Conference standings. James Witherite joining you from the 412 Communications broadcast box atop the stands at Gold Arena, the original home of University of Delaware hockey, with our assistant producer Broadway Joe Sindoni handling videography duty tonight. Delaware, as mentioned, kicking off a two-game weekend. They take on Fordham on Sunday. And they'll be backstopped tonight by Gavin Schornstein. 3-1-1 on the year with a .489 goals against average and a save percentage of .879. PJ Tercey handling netminding duties for Farmingdale, bringing a 5-4 record into Gold Arena with a .393 goals against average and a save percentage of .896. We'll meet the rest of the starters on the other side of this timeout. You are watching the Delaware Hockey Network on the 412, and it's all brought to you by the Law Office of Heather A. Long.
Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the Law Office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the Law Office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
Whether you're a competitive athlete or a weekend warrior, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. With over 10 years of treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. With clinics in Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family. Visit desportsmed.com today to learn more.
Broadcast to social, print to digital, coast to coast, remote or on-site, 412 Communications has the solution to bridge your team with your audience. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today.
There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the Law Office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the Law Office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
And welcome back inside Gold Arena. Go time for Friday night hockey in the first state. The Delaware Blue Hens and the SUNY Farmingdale Rams about to square off in this Empire Collegiate Hockey Conference Men's Division III matchup. Inside the glass we go for tonight's opening introductions. Hockey fans, good evening, and welcome to Gold Arena on the campus of the University of Delaware. Tonight, the American Collegiate Hockey Association and the Empire Collegiate Hockey Conference present a Men's Division III regular season meeting between the visiting Rams of the State University of New York at Farmingdale and your University of Delaware Blue Hens. Let's meet tonight's starting lineups. For the SUNY Farmingdale Rams, starting in goal, number 36, P.J. Tercey. On defense, number 4, Jaden Grillo. And number 10, Michael Malandrucolo. At left wing, number 2, Noah Lavoie. At right wing, number 88, Joseph Castellano. And at center, number 80, Luke Lafata. And now let's meet the starting six for your University of Delaware Blue Hens. Starting in goal, number 30, Gavin Shornstein. On defense, number 27, Matt Crowell. And number 32, Gavin Johns. Starting at left wing, number 16, Ryan Anatra. At right wing, number 14, Michael Romano. And starting at center, number 12, Michael DePrisco. Your Blue Hens are coached by Joey Garrett. The on-ice officials for this evening's game, as appointed by the American Collegiate Hockey Association, are referees Colby Sakuma and Steve Cannon, and linespeople Sam Skripko and Rob O'Brien. Fans, at this time, we ask that you please direct your attention to the American flag located in the SUNY Farmingdale zone, as we honor the United States of America and those entrusted with the defense of this nation and the ideals upon which it was built, with the Star-Spangled Banner. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Ready to rock and roll in the first state. Delaware in their home tens, traveling left to right. Backstopped by Gavin Shorenstein, again 3-1-1 on the year with a .489 goals against average. Farmingdale in hunter green and white. White numbers on that white band across the middle. A bit difficult to read at first glance. Passive voice will be our best friend tonight, as this Farmingdale team led in offensive productivity by Noah Lavoie. 14 goals and 7 assists. As mentioned, he will start alongside Luke Lafata. 10 goals and 13 helpers of his own. Joseph Castellano on the right wing. Sam Skripko with the opening faceoff. Lafata and DePrisco, off we go. Romano takes aim quickly off the draw, skying the puck off the back glass from over the blue line. This is picked up and walked in by Anatra left side. He threw the puck in close. It was handled by P.J. Tersey and cleared back to center, where the Blue Hens' Matt Crowell finds himself overpowered. And here comes Lafata working up the left wing boards, but he lost the puck. It is gathered in by Johns deep in Delaware territory, and he posts up behind his own net for play action up the right side. Crowell advancing pass a little too hard for Romano to handle. This trickles back into the Farmingdale zone where Tersey steadied the puck. And this will be cleared by Jaden Grillo up the left side, well beyond the reach of Lavoie, and recovered at center for Delaware by Crowell. Crowell back from Vastola, who's fresh on. Couldn't find DePrisco up the right wing boards. Good defensive pressure from Lavoie, keeping play in the Delaware zone for a split second longer. Now DePrisco muscles his way to center red, and he hustles off for a change. Second line in a piecemeal way, working their way onto the ice. Zach Solomon, Michael Gibbons, and Kyle Kosh, the forwards on now for Delaware in their second combination as Grillo advances the puck up the right side. And this is played in by Tyler Wadika behind the Delaware cage. Wadika absorbing a check just after gaining the zone, and he turned the puck over. Gibbons leaves this back deep into his own end. Vastola behind the cage up the left side came Thomas Harnan. Unable to find Henry Long on the breakout feed. Nearing the 2-minute mark of the first period, no score. Only one shot on goal, and it came from the Blue Hens in this long feeling out period between the Hens and Rams. Delaware third in the Empire Conference table. 10-5-2 coming into tonight. Farmingdale 12-7-0. Good for second place behind just Fordham in the Empire Conference table, and we've got our first pause in play. 2 minutes and 10 seconds into the first period as P.J. Tersey lunged to cover the puck roundabout the near post, so the face-off's going to come to his left. And a fresh set of forwards comes on for Delaware as Alex Burchard steps up for the attacking zone draw, flanked by Kosh and Charles Allen. Loose puck corralled by Riberich. For Farmingdale, pressure from Kosh knocked the puck loose, but it was picked up by Jackson Tom Ford and walked in up the left side. As Karam's up the far wall, Kosh couldn't gain control. Holding the point is DeSaro. This rolls to the near corner where a two-a-side battle for the puck develops. Trying to muscle his way free was Allen. Burchard got stick on puck, and he swats it across ice just beyond center, where DeSaro recovers for the Rams. Cross ice feed to Lena. Advancing pass was beyond the reach of Tom Ford. Recovered by Delaware's Colin Healy inside his line. And now played out by Walsh up the left side, cycled to Kosh. And flipped across near side to Shea Walsh, but he's pickpocketed by Ian Riberich, who lost his footing, and we've got our first penalty call of the day coming from Steve Cannon. What have we got from Steve? A slash on Shea Walsh. So to the PK go the Blue Hens, 3:06. Into the first period. This penalty kill can be brought to you by, well, you. Sponsorship opportunities are available here on the Delaware Hockey Network. To learn more, email mjr@412communications.com. The Delaware penalty was assessed to number 36, Shea Walsh. 2 minutes for slashing. Time of the penalty, 3 minutes, 6 seconds in the first period. Walsh, 2 for slashing at 3:06. Ian Riberich advanced the puck to Lavoie, walking into the near corner, taking a body from Vastola in the corner. This is cycled by Lafata to the right point, and Lena. Back it comes to Lena. Net front feed, and on the doorstep for Rozzi. And Steve Cannon said the rebound was in for a Farmingdale goal, but we're going to have another look here on the 412 Communications Instant Replay. Was it or was it not? Yes, the rebound was in, but Steve Cannon, as we saw, washing it out. There is no goal. Looked to be a crease violation. But in any case, the Hens, thanks to Connor De Silva, able to clear and burn some more time off the Walsh penalty for slashing. Kosh protects the right point, but into a 1-on-3. He's checked off the puck, and Donald Pace picks it up for Farmingdale. Pace just beyond center. Lafata directed the puck in behind the Delaware net. In the far corner, it ends up on the stick of Paul. And the feed net front will put Farmingdale on the board. A power play goal, 4 minutes and 45 seconds into the first period. And this is going to go to Joseph Castellano. So Castellano with the put away from just inside the right dot. A power play goal for the Rams. Gives them the early advantage, and for Castellano, that's his 6th of the year. More to the story momentarily. And now we've got the particulars for you from downstairs. Farmingdale goal, his 6th of the season, scored by number 88, Joseph Castellano. Assisted by number 15, Jake Paul. Time of the power play goal, 4 minutes, 45 seconds in the first period. Castellano's sixth from Paul at 4:45, a power play goal. Delayed offside signaled against the Rams. They use the opportunity to change as Gavin Johns works the puck from end to end, but is guilty of an icing. If you've been injured on the job or in a car accident, you know just how challenging and overwhelming the recovery process can be. And that's why having a trusted and caring representative by your side is essential to help you navigate the complex world of workers' compensation and personal injury. The Law Office of Heather Ray Long will guide you through every step of the process, from filing your claim to representing you in hearings and appeals. To schedule your free consultation, call the Law Office of Heather Ray Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com. The shot from Ferrazzi goes up over the glass and out of play with 13:37 to go in the first period. Rob O'Brien spotting the face-off to the right of Gavin Schornstein. Top forwards back on for Farmingdale, and Lafata is in for the draw across from DePrisco. Taking aim from the slot was Castellano, looking for a second goal. Denied by Schornstein. The follow-up chance from the far half wall. Off the stick of Kevin Manzi. Was directed wide as well. The Hens follow up with an end-to-end counterattack and a glove save from Tercey. Grinds play to a halt with 13:18 to go in opening period action. And no score for the Hens, one for the Rams, thanks to that power play tally from Joseph Castellano, 4:45 into opening period action. Ty Vastola foils the Rams' clearing attempt. Friendly fire in front off the shot from Anatra. Rams clear. Vastola trails back inside his blue line to recover. He sails the puck up the left wing boards. This is thrown in by Ryan Anatra, surrounded by a sea of green sweaters. DePrisco at the near half wall, intercepting the Tercey Karam shot, trying to clear. Took aim at a net front traffic, and now the Rams will set up a more deliberate attack. Working behind his own cage was Lawrence Lena. This is played up the left wing boards by DeSaro, but well beyond the reach of Riberich. Tom Ford holds the point. And now he steps up to apply forechecking heat on Delaware's Colin Healy, who couldn't clear through traffic. Insana couldn't hold the line. This comes back offside. 12:18 to go in opening period action. And this Delaware Men's Division III team will be back on the Delaware Hockey Network twice more this season against Sacred Heart on Saturday, February 7th, and then against Stockton as part of a Valentine's Day doubleheader. Full schedule available at DelawareHockeyNetwork.com. Frozen puck in the Delaware end. Leads to a face-off to Schornstein's right. Gibbons and Lafata taking the draw. Jaden Grillo holding the left point. Lafata couldn't control the puck. Malintrucolo failed to hold the point. Rams working behind their own end. And the captain, Donald Pace, works the puck ahead to Ferrazzi up the left wing boards. His shot from the half boards was wide. Pace held the zone, but he gave the puck away to Gavin Johns for Delaware, working up the left wing boards, and he's got a 3-on-1, and he's got the equalizer. Gavin Johns roofs his second of the year, and the Hens have leveled the score. And here it comes again. Johns off the drop pass from Zach Solomon. Carried it the rest of the way up ice, and 8:24 into the first period. We're all knotted up, one aside. Delaware goal, second of the season. Scored by number 32, Gavin Johns. Assisted by number 18, Zach Solomon. Time of the goal, 8 minutes, 24 seconds in the first period. Johns is second from Solomon at 8:24. Face off the Shorenstein save came to his left. Quick shot in close from Lafata was turned aside. Holding the point and taking aim was Mark Dellavecchia, and this is covered up by Gavin Shorenstein for another break in the action just prior to the 9-minute mark of the first period here from Gold Arena. Draw to Shorenstein's right. Alex Burchard joining Lafata in the near face-off circle. Lavoie comes to the top of the slot. He unleashed a hard wrister from 35, but he just missed the top corner in pursuit of his 15th goal of the season. Burchard keeps on ticking, and he advances the puck to Shea Walsh. Walsh's shot from the top of the near circle was blocked offline. Looked like Castellano got a piece of it. And here comes Castellano back the other way. 3-on-3. This Farmingdale counterattack after Delaware's Gavin Johns leveled the score. Coming to halfway in the first period, Charles Allen got the puck back in Delaware control, and Kosh pushed it over the blue line. Kosh looking for space. Rams changing as Kosh builds up momentum through the neutral zone and tried to split defenders. He got the puck past Lawrence Lena, but took a body from Lavoie in the backboards after finding himself outnumbered deep in Farmingdale territory. Allen could not maintain the Hens' momentum. Crowell recovered at center point, but his momentum carried him back into the neutral zone, so the Hens with no choice but to regroup, and they'll dump and change. Stutter step from Lena, advancing the puck up the left wing boards. This was tipped on its way through neutral territory, said linesperson Sam Skripko, so no icing, but the Hens come back the other direction. Cross ice feed from Johns, didn't make it to De Silva. Back to center is Jack DiLiberto, backhanding the puck behind the Farmingdale goal line where Michael DeSaro recovers. DeSaro off the far boards. Paul took the check. Was separated from the puck as he tried to advance it for Farmingdale. It sailed into the Delaware blue paint, manned by Shorenstein. And he kept the net free of vulcanized rubber, so we stay 1-1. And now Vastola from behind that net works the puck up the left, or up the right wing boards, I should say, to De Silva, driven in the rest of the way. And the Hens will get some fresh legs on here just beyond halfway in the first period of a 1-1 hockey game. Vastola intercepts the puck in neutral ice. He backhands it once again behind the Farmingdale goal where Malin-Trukolo recovers. This was played on by Wadaka. And the whistle of Steve Cannon sounds again, this time with 8:33 to go in the first period. Roughing the call on Sassano. There's something about that Delaware number 29 sweater and play right on the edge. And in this case, play crossing the line as Sassano heads off for 2 minutes of shame. And the Rams are back on the power play. Their lone goal of the game so far coming with the man advantage. Castellano with his 6th of the year, opening the bill tonight from Gold Arena. The Delaware penalty was assessed to number 29, Jason Sassano. 2 minutes for roughing. Time of the penalty, 11 minutes, 27 seconds in the first period. Sassano, 2 for roughing at 11:27. Working the point was Lena cross-ice feed. Farazi lost control of the puck in his skates at the top of the circle. This is cycled back far side. Working that far corner was Riberich. The shot from Lavoie on target, saved by Schornstein, and the Hens clear. Farazi could not find Lafata on the re-entry. Vastola wound up and he rocketed the puck from inside his blue line the rest of the way up ice. Farazi trying to drop it up to Lena at the Farmingdale blue line. Puck taken away, and Kyle Kosh, all by his lonesome, was bodied into the backboards behind the Farmingdale net. 35 seconds to go on the man advantage for the Rams. Wraparound chance from Luke Farazi, foiled by Schornstein. Commotion net front. Winding up from the top of the slot. Lavoie's shot was blocked. And this is held in by Paul. Across again to Farazi. Thrown in from distance. Stick save and a scoop from Schornstein. And a pause in the action with 6:49 to go here in opening period play. Crafty save that deserves another look. Farazi with 13 goals on the year, a danger from anywhere in the zone. And his attempted snipe from just inside the blue line. Scooped up easily by Gavin Schornstein to keep this game 1-1. Hens clear off the D-zone draw. Malandrukalo hassled by Gibbons in the far corner. Able to clear, but Solomon recovers for the Hens at center. 6.5 to go in the first of a 1-1 game. Delaware outshot 10-3 at this juncture by the Farmingdale State Rams. But they're back full strength and trying to turn the momentum in their favor. Johns across to Solomon. Walking in and shooting from the top of the right circle. Tercy with the answer, and he freezes the rebound for a pause. 6:06 remaining in first period time. As the sounds of the Tragically Hip fill Gold Arena, we mentioned during the preamble, the original home of University of Delaware hockey. Over a half century ago, a hockey club emerged on the campus of the University of Delaware, and this barn right here, for the first 2 decades of Blue Hen hockey lore, was the home to it all. Long draws the penalty on the breakaway. First Delaware Sports Medicine power play of the night coming up. As Mark Dellavecchia gets rung up for the hook. And this power play brought to you by Delaware Sports Medicine. Learn more about Dr. Brad Bly's offerings for athletes of all ages and abilities at desportsmed.com. Farmingdale penalty assessed to number 68, Mark Dellavecchia. 2 minutes for hooking. Time of the penalty, 14 minutes, 18 seconds in the first period. Dellavecchia, 2 for hooking at 14:18. Looked like an issue with the Farmingdale goal. In this case, the actual 4x6 red frame, but the snow's been cleared and Play continues on with Kyle Kosh holding the right point. DePrisco tried to carry him the puck behind the net to Allen, but it sails up the far wall all the way into the Delaware zone where Crowell retreats. Anatra completes this power play wave for the Hens, 35 seconds in to their first man advantage of the night. Barreling in was Anatra. He drops the puck off to Allen, working the right wing boards, and now driving deeper into the zone. Cycle to DePrisco. Putting on the brakes at the half wall. DePrisco centering pass. Didn't make it to Anatra. This was held in by Kosh, far side, fed to Crowell. A long shot skips into the glove of Pandelis Tercy for a break in play with 4:44 to go in the first. Make a truly all-American meal the centerpiece of your next team event or special occasion. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky in nearby Claymont, Delaware can cater your next group event, offering pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken on a daily basis, along with a variety of sauces and sides, sure to please any appetite. Visit Sid's at Suite C26 in the Tri-State Industrial Center on Ridge Road in Claymont, open Monday through Saturday for takeaway lunch, or to place a catering order, call 302-439-4937 or visit sidsbbqandjerky.com. 42 seconds to go on Delaware's man advantage. Second wave on with Michael Gibbons. Carrying the puck out of his own end. Gibbons sticked out at center by Wadika. Floats it forward to Diliberto. Johns behind his back. Solomon back to Johns. Across the top of the right circle, and Gibbons. Umbrella collapsing, and the shot from Solomon from 30 feet away was blocked. Solomon gets it back, left point. Cross ice to Gibbons. It comes near side at the half wall. Gibbons, skip pass back to Solomon. Ricocheted off the backboards. Swarming him was Manzi. This worked in closer. Again, Gibbons bodied off the puck behind the net, and this is going to come to a halt. Puck came to rest on the back of the cage. None could dig it free with 3:42 to go in the first period. Fraction of a second left on the Della Vecchia penalty. And the face-off comes at the far circle in the Farmingdale zone. Rams successful on the kill. And Thomas Harnan wound up from center to drive the puck back in deep as the Rams went back full strength. This goes over the glass and out of play, and we've got a chance to catch our breath. Here with 3 minutes and 28 seconds to go in the first period of a 1-1 contest. Rams clear off the draw. Schornstein's going to be forced to cover. And that takes 7 seconds off the clock. So 3:21 remaining now in the first. False start off the face-off. We'll try again. LaFata works the puck in close. It is taken away by Vastola and caromed up the near side. Jaden Grillo doing well to hold the point for Farmingdale. Vastola takes a body in the corner. Skirmish for the vulcanized rubber. Finally breaking away. Castellano tried to cut through the low slot. Couldn't find a lane for a shot in search of his second of the night. That all said, another power play opportunity will await the Rams. Here with 2:44 to go in this first period. Vastola heading off for a cross check. So after failing to convert on their lone Delaware sports medicine power play of the night so far, Delaware with their backs to a wall again. Thanks to the Vastola cross-checking minor. The Delaware penalty was assessed to number 5, Ty Vastola. 2 minutes for cross-checking. Time of the penalty, 17 minutes, 16 seconds in the first period. Vastola, 2 for cross-checking at 17-16. Hard cross-ice feed from Manzi was intended for Castellano, but it evades his reach, and this will come back an icing with 2 minutes and 16 seconds remaining in the opening frame of action. 92 seconds to go on this Blue Hens penalty kill. Diliberto with the attacking zone draw. Puck was played back to Crowell, but he was drawn into the neutral zone to recover. So the Hens retreat on the defensive, and Tyler Wadika carries the puck with speed up the left side, now into the corner. Wadika left this to Manzi. He was pickpocketed by Diliberto. Diliberto caught up to, taken down. And we're going to go 4-on-4 as now Steve Cannon getting an earful from Farmingdale captain Donald Pace. We're going to see this again. Pretty clear-cut trip. As Diliberto steals the puck, had his feet taken out from under him by Donald Pace. And we're going to be 4-on-4 for the next minute and 5 seconds. Farmingdale penalty assessed to number 86, Donald Pace. 2 minutes for tripping. Time of the penalty, 18 minutes, 11 seconds in the first period. Pace, 2 for tripping at 18-11. Ryan Anatra split defenders at the Farmingdale blue line, but found himself outnumbered after gaining the zone. Anatra found a lane, found a shot, and PJ Tercey responds with the save. 72 to go in opening period action. 28 seconds left on the 4-on-4, and the face-off coming to Tercey's right after he recorded his 6th save of the evening on 7 shots so far. Long and Wadika taking the far circle draw. This recovered by Farmingdale, played off the far boards by Manzi, ahead to Wadika, who's got a 2-on-2 on the entry. Quick shot covered by Schornstein for a break and play. Minute 1 to go in the first. Schornstein answering the bell for the 11th time tonight. Long and Wadika to take the draw. To Schornstein's left. Final minute upon us. An opening period play, and here comes Henry Long, 1-on-1. Long clogged up by Malandrucolo, lunged to get his shot away. Saved by PJ Tercey. Trying to hold the zone was Johns, but he's overpowered by Wadika. Recovering was DePrisco as we enter a Delaware Sports Medicine power play for the next 45 seconds. DESportsmed.com, the place to go. Anatra up the right wall. Around Malandrucolo, crashing the net. He got the puck on net, but Tercey, stacking the pads, made yet another save. Here's Anatra again. Trying to stick handle his way in from the top of the zone, centering feed. Did not make it to Henry Long. This is launched clear by Wadaka, and the final seconds of the first tick away. The score at the end of one period. Delaware Blue Hens 1, Farmingdale Rams 1. We'll be back after the intermission on the Delaware Hockey Network.
Whether you're a competitive athlete or a weekend warrior, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. With over 10 years of treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. With clinics in Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family. Visit desportsmed.com today to learn more.
Broadcast to social, print to digital, coast to coast, remote or on site. 412 Communications has the solution to bridge your team with your audience. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today. Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
It's time for the second period. Let's head back upstairs to James Witherite.
Thank you, Norm Borg. Welcome back inside Gold Arena on this frigid Friday night. Here on the campus of the University of Delaware, we are 1-1 through 20 minutes between the Farmingdale State College Rams and the Delaware Blue Hens. Farmingdale opening the scoring. Joseph Castellano potting his 6th goal of the year on a Farmingdale power play. 4:45 into the first period, and it was Gavin Johns who responded for the Blue Hens all the way from his own blue line to the back of the Rams net, beating PJ Tersey at the 8:24 mark of opening period action. And the Hens have 11 seconds left on this Delaware Sports Medicine power play to kick off period number 2. LaFada and Gibbons to take the opening draw. Won by Farmingdale State, and Kevin Manzi worked the puck in behind the Delaware cage. But it's brought back out by Solomon. Cross-ice feed, evading the reach of Gibbons. Solomon protecting at his own blue line as the Rams step up the forechecking heat back full strength. Another successful kill for the visiting Farmingdale side. Clad in head-to-toe green, white numbers on a white band across the middle of their sweaters. A little bit hard to read unless they're right in front of you. And the small apertures on the numbers make it even more difficult. Delaware in tan moving from right to left from our vantage point here in period number 2. Shots were 12-9 in those first 20 minutes. And after the puck sailed out of play and fresh legs came on for both sides, we restart directly in front of the Farmingdale bench, and the Hens win the neutral zone draw. Johns gets one on net from distance, and Tersey covers for the pause. 50 seconds behind us in second period play in a 1-1 hockey game. Sam Skripko spotting the face-off to the right of PJ Tersey. Anatra in for the draw across from Tom Ford. Malandrukalo clears. Icing waved off. Vastola pursued by Riberich. Plays it behind the net, taken away and thrown in by Insana. Insana's shot attempt sailed wide. DePrisco finds Anatra up the right wing boards, one-on-one. Anatra's shot rushed by pressure from Jackson Tom Ford, and it sailed behind the cage. Off the backboards, back to center this comes, where Harnan couldn't reestablish Delaware momentum. Anatra plays the body on Malandrukalo, who gains the zone for Farmingdale. This tied up over the right shoulder of Schornstein. Looking for a path to the net was Riberich. Puck lay loose in the far corner, and this was cleared out by Harnan for the Hens. Harnan steps up to his own blue line, sails the puck well beyond the reach of DePrisco, and this will come back and icing. Modern media is everyone shouting for attention and no one hearing a thing, so how do you get your voice above the fray? 412 Communications has myriad solutions to build bridges between your brand and your clientele, your team and your fans, ranging from broadcast to social, print to digital, and more. For the whole 411 on the 412, head to 412communications.com. DeSaro held the point. Puck bounced off the end boards, covered up by Gavin Schornstein to pause play again with 2 minutes and a few ticks behind us in the second. Face off again to the right of Gavin Schornstein, who stopped 11 of the 12 shots he faced in opening period play. Pace chases down the puck in the far corner, but he's bodied off of it by Healy. Ferrazzi wound up from center point. Shot was well wide. Walsh could not escape two-ply forechecking pressure. He turned the puck over, and this again is held in. Center point by Ferrazzi, thrown into the pads of Schornstein. Emerging with the rebound, Charles Allen fires it across ice to Kosh, who puts on the brakes just beyond center, trying to evade a check from DeSaro. And the Hens manage to gain the zone, but they find themselves outnumbered by a solid Farmingdale back check. Donald Pace clears back as far as the Delaware line. Walsh taken off his feet. Picking up the puck and walking in was Wadika. His shot denied by Schornstein, and we've got a man down. Looked like a Delaware player blew a tire and took a pretty bad tumble in the near corner. And we're going to take it a break.
There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
Shea Walsh, the injured player, needed a bit of assistance to get back to the bench, and he'll head off for medical attention as play resumes to the left of Gavin Schornstein with just over 3 minutes elapsed of the second period of this 1-1 contest. Crowell clears. Lavoie had to put on the brakes over the blue line after being fed the puck by George Kamas. This floated in again by Castellano. Lining up a hit on him was Sassano, and O'Brien had to duck and get out of the way. Kamas patrolling his blue line, volleys the puck back across center. Johns gave it away to Lafata. Lafata accelerates up the middle into a 1-on-3. Lost the puck at the top of the slot. It ends up in the far corner, and Johns can't work it clear. This held in by Luke Lafata, looking for goal 11 on the year. Shot from distance was wide. Manzi caroms the puck behind the net back to the left point, which was held by Jake Paul. Paul recovers the puck after Manzi tipped it back to neutral territory. This thrown in up the near wall. Icing waved off by Sam Skripko. And a battle for the puck develops in the near corner. Taking aim from distance near side. Kamas let one go from the half wall, but his angle was well wide. Bodies pile up for the rebound in the far corner. Delayed penalty coming up, and this will go against Delaware. Interference, the call from Steve Cannon. With 4:29 behind us here in second period play. De Silva, the guilty party. Back to the PK go the Blue Hens. For the fourth time tonight, Farmingdale 1 for 3 on the man advantage. Their fourth power play opportunity begins with an attacking zone face-off win. The Delaware penalty was assessed to number 10, Connor De Silva. 2 minutes for interference. Time of the penalty, 4 minutes, 29 seconds in the second period. De Silva, 2 for interference at 4:29. Again, that Rams power play 1 for 3 tonight. Thanks to the goal from Joseph Castellano early in the first period. Just beyond 5 gone here in the second. The stretch pass from Lena went untouched, and this is going to come back and icing against the Rams. Face-off will come to the left of P.J. Tersey, who stopped 8 of 9 of the first period, and the lone Delaware shot that he's faced here in the second. Pace leaves the puck to Lena, advanced up the left side, stepping in over the line was Castellano for Farmingdale. Cross to the near side, this comes to Lavoie. Lavoie had his feet taken out from under him by Johns as he tried to cut behind the cage. Colby Sakuma says play on. Riberich nearly stood up by Romano at the blue line, managed to gain the zone, but the Hens pushed it right back out to neutral ice. Here's Pace working back in up the near side. Steered behind the cage by Johns. Pace working the perimeter of the zone with 10 seconds left on this Farmingdale power play. Rams looking for a second goal with the man advantage, and that shot from Tyler Wadika was well off its mark from the near half boards. Pace again gives us away to Johns. Delaware's back to full strength with 6.5 minutes behind us in the second. 2-on-2, touch pass from Gibbons to Long. Long through traffic, stonewalled by Tersey, and the follow-up was off its mark. Right back the other way come Farmingdale. Drop pass to Paul came from Castellano, but he couldn't line up a shot between the train tracks. Malintrucolo holds it in. Shot from distance was intercepted. Gibbons leads the Delaware counterattack, but he was hassled at center by Castellano and taken off the puck. Play is taking a turn for the physical here in the second as Michael Romano, gaining the center line, absorbed a check prior to dumping the puck into the Farmingdale zone. This came back to the Delaware line and Heimberg. Volleyed across the neutral zone, Castellano. Coming back the other direction, trying to take his passing lane away was Zach Solomon. Hard shot from the left half wall, and Grillo was blocked in net front commotion. Insana leaves this back to the point, held by Grillo for the Farmingdale side, looking to break a 1-1 tie. And well behind the play. A prolonged altercation between Rams and Blue Hens, and looks like we're going to go 4-on-4 for the next 2 minutes. Maybe more. We'll have to see what we get from Colby Sakuma here. Unsportsmanlike conduct on the Farmingdale side. And definitely more to the story on this one. As just 2 minutes have gone up on the penalty clock, that against Delaware here at 7:57. The Farmingdale penalty was assessed to number 81, Ian Riberich, 2 minutes for unsporting conduct. Delaware penalty assessed to number 2, Colin Healy, 2 minutes for roughing and 2 minutes more for unsporting conduct. Time of the penalties, 7 minutes, 57 seconds in the second period. Riberich, 2 for unsporting conduct. Healy, 2 for roughing, 2 more for unsporting conduct, both at 7 minutes, 57 seconds in the second period. Play will continue 5-on-4 with Farmingdale on the power play. The fans certainly spirited in their assessment of the matter. And now a 5th Farmingdale power play commencing. Centering pass, and Lafada, surrounded by tan and blue sweaters, couldn't connect from point-blank range. Lena left this to Lavoie at the right point. Slapper was off its mark. Follow up from the left half wall. Turned aside by Schornstein. And he holds sway for the secondary chance as well. That takes 28 seconds off the penalty clock. And after Schornstein's tandem of stops, the faceoff migrates to his right. Burchard and Lafada. Taking the draw, Vastola, Kosh, and Harnan complete the quartet of Delaware penalty killers. Noah Lavoie holding the right point. Get some support from Lafada off a failed Delaware clear. Puck is loose in front. And in for a goal. This trickled past Schornstein. And now 2 for 5 with the man advantage. The Rams reclaim the lead. It was Jake Paul. Putting the puck away for his 2nd of the season. After registering the assist on Castellano's goal earlier. Farmingdale goal, 2nd of the season, scored by number 15, Jake Paul. Assisted by number 89, Luke Ferrazzi, and number 80, Luke Lafada. Time of the power play goal, 8 minutes, 43 seconds in the 2nd period. Paul's 2nd from Ferrazzi and Lafada at 8:43, a power play goal. And the extracurriculars off the play continue as Kosh and Insana exchange shoves, and Insana earned himself a slash in the shin as the Blue Hens migrate back into their own, or rather back into the Farmingdale end. A healthy bit of animosity between these teams has brewed for as long as I've been here. Coming up on 9 years. Jackson Tom Ford's shot turned aside by Schornstein. Recovering at center for Farmingdale was Malandrucolo. Crowell advances to Burchard. Kosh just onside, said Rob O'Brien. Kyle Kosh looking shot from the right dot was denied by Tercey. Rebound cleared out by Insana. Glass rattling check laid on him by Burchard. But he's able to work the puck into the Delaware end. Good for a dump and change. And an icing against the Blue Hens. We'll send the face-off back into the vicinity of Gavin Schornstein, who's stopped 16 of 18 so far. One of the downsides to bringing you any sort of live coverage from a tiny arena such as this, you're right on top of the crowd, and more often than not, you hear literally everything, including every unsavory aside known to man. I suppose that's part and parcel with the front row experience, though, isn't it? Allen just gained the zone. Protecting the point was Diliberto. Wadika back the other way. Puck caroms off the corner glass, but it's held in right in front of the Farmingdale bench by Lena. Ferrazzi back to Lena, thrown into net front traffic. The backhand chance on the welcome mat from Ferrazzi was blocked away by Schornstein. Hens coming in numbers if they hurry. Hard shot from Connor De Silva was high and wide. Pace the other way. Dropped off to Wadika, pickpocketed as he tried to shoot. Hens have the potential for an odd man rush, but not the coordination. Sassano slowed up at the blue line. Had to retreat back into neutral ice to walk in. Heimberg tried but failed. Johns recovers at his line. De Silva to Anatra up the left side. He walks the line in close, looking for a lane. Net is dislodged, and here we go. Tersey got run into as the net was dislodged, and both Farmingdale and Delaware players come crashing in after the whistle. Doesn't look like any foul play on the part of Romano. Or rather, Connor De Silva ending up on top of the netminder. And everybody separates just as quickly as it began as the net is reset behind P.J. Tersey. 8:11 to go in the second. And Delaware wins the attacking zone draw. Net was ruled off thanks to a Farmingdale player, so they're unable to change. Or they were unable to change during that last stoppage. Here they come back on the offensive, led by Noah Lavoie. Lavoie skating a tight circle, looking to get some space from Johns. Dishes the puck off to Castellano. This is recovered by Anatra. Fed up the middle to Romano, slowed up at the blue line, but he pursues the puck near side. He's taken down by Manzi in a race for the rubber at the half wall. Romano stays on his feet, stays with the play, tried to penetrate traffic, couldn't find a shot. Lafata the other way. Drop pass over the line to Lavoie. Hard shot off its mark. It ends up at the near half wall. Centered again by Kevin Manzi. Intercepted by DePrisco in a congested slot. Advancing pass to Anatra up the right wing boards. Making a beeline for the cage was DePrisco, but the puck never made it back to him. Final 7 minutes in the second period of this 2-1 hockey game. Farmingdale with the advantage thanks to 2 power play goals. One from Joseph Castellano in the first period, one from Jake Paul here in the second period. The Rams right now 2 for 5 with the man advantage. Hens have to be careful to stay out of penalty trouble, as that has been the key to their disadvantage so far this game. Intercepted puck by Paul, thrown on net. Schornstein with the save, and he held his ground in a mad scramble for the rebound in front. Solomon clears to Anatra, 2-on-2 for the Hens. Anatra couldn't find DePrisco. Solomon protecting. Directs the puck into the near corner. He stands his ground as he's met by Malandrucolo in the near corner. Like Malandrucolo, leaving the puck behind the net, where Grillo clears it off the near wall, and Paul advances it through the neutral zone into a 2-on-2. Paul sandwiched by Crowell and Gibbons in the high slot. Lost possession and control. The Hens clear. Skripko says no icing. Out of the crease to play the puck all the way in the near corner was P.J. Tersey. Spinning it behind the net to the far half boards. Gibbons could not reset for the Hens. Wadika with a hard clear from center. Heads off to the bench. Fresh legs on for the Rams with inside 5.5 minutes to go in the second period. Michael Gibbons lets it go again from center. Puck rolls behind the Farmingdale goal, paddled out by Tersey once again. Riberich found Wadika up the right side, but Wadika found himself outnumbered. Another Delaware penalty. Coming with 5:08 to go in the second period, roughing. The call on Zach Solomon. So a sixth Farmingdale power play beginning right now. The Delaware penalty was assessed to number 18, Zach Solomon. 2 minutes for roughing. Time of the penalty, 14 minutes, 52 seconds. In the second period, Solomon 2 for roughing at 14:52. Dislodged net. Behind Schornstein brings play to a halt with 4.5 to go in the second period. And as you saw in the lower left corner of your TV, this Farmingdale power play unit's been striking at a 40% rate tonight. Hens can ill afford to give the Rams additional chances. Another quick shot off the draw. Another quick save from Gavin Schornstein. 4:28 to go here in the second period. Good puck movement across the top of the zone from Manzi to Pace. Castellano protecting. He floats the puck to the point where Jackson Tom Ford lobbed it in from distance. Shot was deflected away by Schornstein to the near corner. 4:05 to go in the second period of a 2-1 game. Advantage Farmingdale. Both of their goals coming on the power play. Vastola trails back into the slot on his own end, and he rifles the puck clear. Here's Kosh. Pulling back to center, waiting for Burchard to get back onside. Hens will stick handle and try to burn some time off the Solomon roughing minor. This was sent clear by Vastola up the left wing boards before he came off for a change. Johnson to take his place. Tom Ford, pressured by DiLiberto. Just above the blue line, lobbed the puck deep into the Delaware end. It was pursued in the far corner by Castellano. Winding up off the cross-ice pass, Wadika's shot was blocked in traffic. Back to Wadika, this comes at the near half wall. In low to Malandrucolo. Rather, that was Castellano taking aim from the near corner. Only sweaters I've seen this season where an 88 and a 10 can get easily confused. Final 2:52 of the second period. Battle for the puck just inside the Delaware line finally breaks up. Paul tips it in from in front of his own bench. Rams change after Delaware got some fresh legs on of their own. Jason Sassano tried to stretch the puck ahead to De Silva from blue line to blue line but couldn't connect. Here's Wadika back the other direction. Wadika in a mini one-on-one with Johns. Took aim from 30 feet away. Pad saved by Schornstein keeps it a one-goal game. 2:18 to go in the second. Schornstein with another couple rapid-fire saves, neither one particularly difficult, but he holds on to grind play to a pause with 2:15 to go here in the second, and his Delaware Blue Hens out-hustled and outshot here in the second period. Farmingdale with a 13-4 shot lead in the middle frame and a 2-1 lead overall in the scoring column, again thanks to those two Rams power play goals. Rams looking for a third from the 2-on-1. The LaFata shot was right into the pads of Schornstein. Nobody home for the rebound chance. This is Anatra. Hens coming in numbers, 3-on-2, broken up just inside the Farmingdale line by Grillo. Final minute and 45 of the second period. LaFada cleared but was checked into the Delaware bench area. Recovering the puck and walking in for Delaware was Ryan Anatra. Tercey's covered the puck. And it looks like the net came dislodged as well. We're going to roll back the tape here with 1:31 to go. Ryan Anatra and DePrisco together in the 2-on-1. Falling over the puck was Tercey. And the net came dislodged behind him as the altercation brewed right at the edge of the blue semicircle. Minute and a half to go in middle period action from Gold Arena. Michael DeSaro with the hard clear from behind his own cage. This is deflected into the Delaware bench and out. 74 seconds to go in the second. Face-off will come above the Delaware blue line. Solomon dug the puck free from the skates of Wadaka. Here's Solomon off a feed from Johns, crashing the net, drawing a penalty. Colby Sakuma signals a slash with 61 seconds to go. And it will go against Farmingdale's Jackson Tom Ford. So for just the second time tonight, the Blue Hens head to the Delaware Sports Medicine Power Play. Learn more at desportsmed.com. Face off to Tercey's left with a minute remaining in this second period. The Farmingdale penalty was assessed to number 34, Jackson Tom Ford. 2 minutes for slashing. Time of the penalty, 18 minutes, 59 seconds in the second period. Tom Ford 2 for slashing at 18:59. Solomon streaks up the left dots. Drop pass and a shot from Long off the toe of his stick. Sailed wide. Johns from distance. Driving and the puck is in off the rebound. The Hens have tied the game on the Delaware Sports Medicine Power Play. So it starts with Gavin Johns from center point. And Henry Long with the finishing touches on what will be his fourth goal of the season. Let's watch it again as Solomon comes barreling in. Puck was batted in. It appeared by Henry Long. Mess of players down in front though with 21 seconds to go. And here we go. We've got the particulars. Delaware goal, fourth of the season. Scored by number 8, Henry Long. Assisted by number 32, Gavin Johns, and number 17, Michael Gibbons. Time of the power play goal, 19 minutes, 39 seconds in the second period. Long's fourth from Johns. And Gibbons at 19:39. A power play goal. At the end of 2 periods, the score stands Delaware 2, Farmingdale 2. We'll be back after the second intermission on the Delaware Hockey Network.
There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
Broadcast to social, print to digital, coast to coast, remote or on-site, 412 Communications has the solution to bridge your team with your audience. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today. Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
It's time for the third period. Let's head back upstairs to James Witherite.
2-2 through 40 from Gold Arena. Rams and Hens trading power play goals in the middle frame. And a look back at them. Neither of them particularly pretty goals. Jake Paul evening the score off the rebound of a Gavin Schornstein save. That coming 8:43 into the second period. And then it was a net front rebound put back of Delaware's own from Henry Long to bring us back on level pegging in the final 21 seconds of the second period. Third underway from Gold Arena with the score once again leveled 2-2 here through 40 minutes. James Witherite joining you from the 412 Communications broadcast box. Broadway Joe Sindoni, our assistant producer and videographer tonight, wearing all the hats, even the ones that are orange and black. You can take the boy out of South Philly, but try as we might, you can't take the South Philly out of the boy. We love you, Joe. Couldn't do it without you. If you're just joining us here on the Delaware Hockey Network, Luke Ferrazzi has just given the lead back to Farmingdale. Potting the go-ahead goal, all alone in the slot from that gorgeous drop pass. .49 seconds into the third period. That off a setup from Donald Pace for his 14th of the year. Rams back in front. And we've got the particulars at last on the Farmingdale goal. Here we go. Farmingdale goal, 14th of the season, scored by number 89, Luke Ferrazzi. Assisted by number 86, Donald Pace, and number 68, Mark Dellavecchia. Time of the goal, 49 seconds in the third period. Ferrazzi's 14th from Pace and Dellavecchia at 49 seconds. Now 2 minutes into the third period. Rams with a bit of breathing room as Castellano lobbed the puck in from center. Is pursued by Kosh on its way back into the Farmingdale end. As we were saying before the goal, if you're just joining us here on the Delaware Hockey Network, Farmingdale traveling right to left in their away green kits here in the third period. Delaware in their home tans moving left to right. Hand pass signaled in the near corner of the Delaware zone. And this is going to go against Delaware, so the Hens cannot change. Or can they? Thought a hand pass in the D zone was a no change. But whatever the case might be, we restart to the right of Gavin Schornstein. Hens looking to claw out of their zone and claw back from a 3-2 deficit. It's been back and forth all night. Farmingdale, Delaware responds. Farmingdale, Delaware responds. Here a save from Schornstein. Denying the Rams, namely Donald Pace, and the net was dislodged. Behind Gavin Schornstein, thanks to a wayward Ram colliding with the far post. 17-12 to go in regulation. And Rob O'Brien's got the face-off to Schornstein's left. Gavin with 25 saves on 28 shots. And Michael DeSaro protecting the right point for the Rams. Of course, the other DeSaro that we've seen here on the Delaware Hockey Network, Paul DeSaro, wearing number 91. For the Stony Brook Seawolves, ACHA Men's Division I team. They were in town just a couple weeks ago for the inaugural ACHA First Aid Showcase. And, of course, Paul, a major contributor to the Seawolves offense. Michael here for Farmingdale. Holding down the fort on the blue line, only 2 points on the season, but certainly playing a big role for these Rams on the defensive. Here he stands up Diliberto at the Farmingdale blue line and regains possession for the Rams. Lavoie plays the puck up the left wall. Ahead to Castellano. He's got a goal so far tonight. Luke Ferrazzi with a goal and an assist. Jake Paul with a goal and an assist. So the scoring spread out for the Rams. And now Luke Heimberg tried to barrel his way through traffic up the left wall into the Farmingdale zone, but he got stood up just 10 feet away from the blue line. Here's Castellano. Pressured by Gibbons. Shot sails wide. Long left the puck back to Gibbons, and Heimberg floats this up the right wing boards. Unable to work it clear was De Silva. Centering pass from Castellano broken up. Hens coming in numbers the other way. Gibbons tried to center to Long, cutting toward the net. Puck was stick checked up into the air a bit. And now trying to walk forward, Jake Paul stood up at the Delaware line. 4 minutes and 25 seconds have elapsed to the third period of this 3-2 contest. Farmingdale the advantage over Delaware in a Friday night meeting at Gold Arena. This is an icing. Whether you're a competitive athlete like these guys or a weekend warrior like me, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. And with years of experience treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes alike, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is a specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. And with clinics in both Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family. Learn more, head to desportsmed.com. 5 minutes behind us in the third. Drop pass from Solomon to Long. Pushed back into neutral ice. He leaves the puck back to Heimberg. Floated beyond the reach of Long, right into the hands of Farmingdale captain Donald Pace over center. Pace steps up. He puts the forechecking pressure on Harnan, forcing the D-to-D pass behind the net to Heimberg, who was unable to break free. Now 5.5 behind us in the third. Heimberg held up with a high hit from Insana in the far corner. And Solomon bulldozed his way as far as the Farmingdale line before losing the puck. Solomon gets it back in the neutral zone. Vastola across to Harnan. Ricocheted off the far boards. Malandrucolo laid a body on Anatra, slowing him up. Anatra finally finds his way into the Farmingdale end, but he had to chase the puck into the corner. DePrisco floats it back to Anatra, working behind the cage. Play halted by referee Colby Sakuma. as it seems once again the Farmingdale net was dislodged. .13:51 to go. Hens win the attacking zone draw, and they swarm P.J. Tersey right off the rip. Nobody could seem to find the puck or put it away. Here the other side. Taking aim was Tyler Wadicka. Shut out by Schornstein with 13:37 remaining. Face off to Gavin Schornstein's right after he recorded save number 27 on the night. Rams hold the zone. The headman pass came from Lavoie. The shot in the mid slot from Lafada was right into the Schornstein pads, and right back we come after the Hens ice the puck with 13:22 to go. Face off left of Schornstein. Controlled by the Rams. Riberich's shot was off its mark from the right point. DePrisco plays the body in the far corner, trying to slow up Castellano. Lafada couldn't lend sufficient support. And back to their own blue line come the Rams, where Noah Lavoie will start the ascent back up ice. He was steered to the near wall by Romano. Driving his way into the net, Lavoie pickpocketed right in the low slot, unable to work back. The other way was the other two, Colin Healy of Delaware. 12:40 to go in regulation. Here's DePrisco. Shooting from the half wall. He was kept wide by Della Vecchia. He got one on net. Tersey with the save. Nobody home for the rebound putback. Lot of rebound chances have been left to lay on the table from both of these netminders. Not the case there, as DePrisco is denied by the Tersey glove. Kevin Manzi got a tug on the back of the sweater momentarily. He was looking for a dance partner after. Ultimately, Rams and Blue Hens separate. But it's soon to the point where you can cut through the tension in this barn with a butter knife. Just under 8 minutes elapsed in the third period of a 3-2 hockey game. The centering pass intended for Tom Ford sailed all the way back to deep in the Farmingdale zone. We're starting up again as DeSaro. Breakout pass intercepted by Kosh. He was pickpocketed. Racing up ice and shooting was Riberich. His chance from the hash marks was wide. DeSaro wobbled one in from long range. Caught and held by Schornstein to pause play with 11:43 to go in regulation. And Farmingdale leading Delaware 3-2. Hens clear. Kosh levels Grillo. Hens gain the zone. Charles Allen sweeps in. Rushed shot from an awkward angle, sails wide. Kosh with support in the far corner has help battling for the puck. That is Allen tied up by a Farmingdale defender. Puck knocks loose. Pace off his backhand, works it to the far side where space is availed for Wadicka. Tyler Wadicka steered to the near corner by Crowell. Worked back behind the cage. Grillo holding the point, got the puck in deep again. This is taken away by Burchard, but not clear. Grillo dodges a check from Allen. John's far side can't poke the puck away. Kosh got a stick on it farther up the wall and brought it back to center. Hens change. Rams will do the same as Grillo facilitates the dump and chase for Farmingdale. Grillo stays on. He leaves the puck back to Lavoie, who was swarmed at center. Lavoie holds on to the puck, and he sets up a 3-on-2. Quick shot. Stick checked off its target by Heimberg. Ends up in the near corner. Lavoie got it back to Castellano. Played up the boards to Malindrukalo. He took aim from the right point, right in front of the Delaware bench, but his shot sailed well wide. Coming back the other direction, Jason Sassano with a one-on-one. Hard shot was off its mark by a country mile. Here come the Rams back in numbers, 3-on-1. And they convert. An absolute snipe from Luke Lafata gives Farmingdale a 2-goal lead over the Blue Hens. And this was Lafata all the way. From his own blue line. To the back of the Delaware cage. And for Luke, that's goal 11 of the year. Farmingdale goal, 11th of the season. Scored by number 80, Luke Lafata. Time of the unassisted goal, 10 minutes, 6 seconds in the third period. Lafata's 11th, unassisted at 10:06. Neutral zone draw coming up here with 9:22 to go in regulation. And it's controlled by the Rams. Jake Paul walking in far side. Manzi played the carom shot deep, trying to find Della Vecchia along the left dashers. It's taken away by the Hens. Long trying to float the puck forward to Solomon, making a beeline to the net. But he couldn't connect with his fellow Blue Hen attacker. Down to the final 8:45. Farmingdale with a bit of breathing room over Delaware thanks to a pair of third period goals. One from Luke Ferrazzi, one from Luke Lafata. The Lukes both with a goal and an assist along with Jake Paul on the Farmingdale side of the score sheet. Getting a little bit of space should this result stand in the battle for second in the Empire Collegiate Hockey Conference. And the number one Fordham team, also the Rams, will be coming into Delaware on Sunday. For a February 1st matinee matchup. $7:40 to go. Ferrazzi took aim. Schornstein said no, sir. Early penalty trouble put the Hens down in the initial stages. Both Farmingdale goals in the first 40 minutes came on power plays. And then a pair of even strength tallies here in the third period Ferrazzi and Lafada turning a 2-2 deadlock into a 4-2 Rams advantage. Allen hustles to the puck in the corner after batting it in over the blue line. To Crowell, taking aim and covered by Tercey for a pause. Bouncing puck in front, Tercey struggling to track it at first. But he smothers the rubber with 7:17 to go, and the faceoff's going to come to his left. Face-off out to Tercey's left. Crowell's shot looked like it caught Kosh in the low slot. 2-on-1 coming for the Rams back the other way if they hurry. Lafada off the drop pass from Lavoie. Gave way to a Charles Allen sweep check. Here's Kosh back the other direction. Driven into the corner boards by Manzi. Penalty coming up. It will be against the Hens. Now Vastola touches, and we'll see what we get here from Colby Sakuma with 6:38 to go. Kosh heads off, and now Messrs. Sakuma and Cannon will discuss the severity of the infraction. Looks like it's just going to be a garden variety roughing minor on one of the veteran leaders on this Delaware team. The Delaware penalty was assessed to number 7, Kyle Kosh. 2 minutes for roughing. Time of the penalty, 13 minutes, 22 seconds in the third period. Kosh, 2 for roughing at 13:22. The Lawrence Lena shot from the right point was steered wide by Schornstein. This was thrown in by Ferrazzi. Off the frame of the cage, but a loose puck in front. Put away by Luke Lafada. Gives Farmingdale their third power play goal of the night. And now a 5-2 lead. Lafada left all alone in front of the net. Potts his 12th of the year. And that probably put a bow on what will be Farmingdale's 13th win of the season, as Ryan Anatro, the hard shot the other way, was denied by a PJ Tercey stick save. Farmingdale goal, 12th of the season and 2nd of the game, scored by number 80, Luke Lafada. Assisted by number 81, Ian Riberich, and number 89, Luke Ferrazzi. Time of the power play goal, 14 minutes, 8 seconds in the third period. Lafada's 12th, 2nd of the game from Riberich and Ferrazzi at 14:08, a power play goal. So time running out for the Hens if it hasn't already. Rams cleared. Johns deep in his own zone. Finds Henry long. This is advanced up ice to DePrisco, stepping in over the line. DePrisco tried to center the puck. This was played up in the air, and the whistle of Colby Sakuma brings action to a halt with 4:51 to go. Does not look like it was a high stick on the puck. Given that Farmingdale were able to change. And action was already in the defensive zone. The breakout woes continue for the Hens. Not so much exiting their zone, but entering the Farmingdale zone. The Rams have put up one heck of a back check all night. And here's Zach Solomon's shot in a 1-on-3. Was easily kicked aside by P.J. Tersey. Coming to the final 4 minutes. In this Friday night meeting of the Rams and the Blue Hens. Another set of Rams coming into town on Sunday for a mid-afternoon meeting. Luke Heimberg's shot held on to for a break and play by P.J. Tersey. .347 to go. Alex Burchard tried to skip the puck through the slot. It is gathered in by Castellano at the far circle, and he'll walk this out of his own end. Burchard takes it away. Kosh puts on the brakes right at his own, or right at the Farmingdale blue line, I should say. And the Rams clear. 200 to go. Heimberg clears, but he turns the puck over to Castellano. Lavoie holding the zone, driven to the far wall by Allen. Hens muscle free. Kosh from the neutral zone directs the puck in deep, but he's met by Lena behind the net in pursuit of it. Lena clears. Sam Skripko said the puck hit the protective netting above or just below the rafters. And during the whistle, as players were headed back into the Farmingdale zone for the ensuing face-off, cautious cross-check to Sorrow. No way you can call that a hockey play, friends. It's like 3 minutes and 2 seconds. To go here in the third, and DeSaro's going to get something too. So it's 16:58. We're going to be 4-on-4, just waiting for the time to go up on the board. And now we've got all the particulars. We knew it was a cross-check on Kosh. that Farmingdale power play was negated. The Delaware penalty was assessed to number 7, Kyle Kosh, 2 minutes for cross-checking. Farmingdale penalty assessed to number 6, Michael DeSaro, 2 minutes for embellishment. Time of the penalties, 16 minutes, 58 seconds in the third period. Kosh, 2 for cross-checking. DeSaro, 2 for embellishment. Both at 16:58. And Farmingdale adding a 6th goal. Adding insult to injury is Ian Riberich. Gets one on the board. Riberich off that cross ice setup from Manzi. Furthering the Farmingdale lead in the waning moments of this contest. Farmingdale goal, 7th of the season, scored by number 81, Ian Riberich, assisted by number 22, Kevin Manzi. Time of the even strength goal, 17 minutes, 56 seconds in the third period. Riberich's 7th from Manzi at 17:56, an even strength goal. Now to the final minute 20. Wind well out of Delaware's sails after giving up 4 unanswered here in the third period. Johns taking aim from the right dot, could not get past Tercey. The 4-on-4 in its concluding seconds, and we're in the final minute of the contest. Johns again off a cross-slot setup, denied by Tercey for save number 22. Allen pickpocketed by Noah Lavoie. 2-on-3 for the Rams. Lavoie attacking together with Wadika. This puck is recovered by Crowell deep in his own end. Final 30. Schornstein freezes, and the easy way to say it, the rest of this game, but a mere formality. Glad to have you with us here on the Delaware Hockey Network this evening, and our thanks go out not just to you, but to everybody behind the scenes making it happen. Our co-executive producer is Molly Jo Rose, and our assistant producers are Trey Wright, and our videographer tonight, Broadway Joe Sindoni. Our production assistant is Eli Swope. A host of others behind the scenes who make it happen each and every night here on the Delaware Hockey Network. Mark McClure, Jordan Hirsch, Evie Hill, Lena Murto, everybody behind the scenes. On behalf of them all, James Witherite saying thanks for joining us. Tonight's final score, Farmingdale State Rams 6, Delaware Blue Hens 2. Final shots on goal, Farmingdale 37, Delaware 24. Fans, it's time for the 3 stars of the game, brought to you by Sid's Barbecue and Jerky. Tonight's 3rd star with a goal and an assist for Farmingdale, number 15, Jake Paul. The number 2 star of the game with a goal and 2 assists for Farmingdale, number 89, Luke Ferrazzi. And the number 1 star of the game with his 11th and 12th goals of the season and an assist for Farmingdale, number 80, Luke Lafata. And that will do it for us tonight on the Delaware Hockey Network as Farmingdale climbs to 13-7-0 on the year. Delaware falls to 10-6-2. Once again, the final score, SUNY Farmingdale Rams 6, Delaware Blue Hens 2. James Witherite saying thank you all for your company tonight. We'll see you again tomorrow. The Philadelphia Little Flyers 14 UAA girls will be in action against the New Jersey Devils at 11:45. Delaware Blue Hens hockey returns to the DHN on Sunday when the men's Division II Blue Hens take on the Maryland Terrapins. Game time 3:45. Full schedule at DelawareHockeyNetwork.com. Good night to you all. We'll see you bright and early tomorrow.